I is good. I was very good. And scrubs today, as you see, t-shirt. But one of my favorite. Look, check it out.
What? Kind of sweet, kind of savage. Ooh. I made a teacher's thing. It says, I'm savage, I'm an educator, and something, something else. It was kind of cute, like a little tote bag.
I love that. And what I love about this is that my sister actually sent it with my mom on my mom's last trip to New York before she passed away. But
Oh.
like, so if she was in Canada, so she sent gifts for me. From my sister sent gifts with her, and like of course when she goes back, I send gifts for her. But this wasn't it. And at first I was like, what? I can't rock that shirt. And then I was like, yeah, I so can. And
Yeah,
I
you can rock any shirt. What are you talking about? I can't wait to give you my level up shirt.
I can't wait either. Can I have purple?
In glitter. Yeah, I'm trying to find a glitter purple because I have this much like folded vinyl. It's craziness.
All right. If I
Um,
can't purple, I'll do pink because then I'll be wearing the pink that you love. I'm okay
it's
with
gotta
that.
be glitter for sure. Are you ready for today?
Hmm.
Ooh, me too. Let's take a look. I thought I had it. Hold on. I thought I had it already, but like I don't, I guess. That's really annoying.
That's really so not CJ, but you've had a tough week, honey.
I know, but I wanted to start with our sister, Christine. Are you seeing her?
I see her.
Okay, are you ready?
Mhm.
Have a yearning to do more, to do bigger.
Wait, let me go back.
Have a yearning to do more, to do bigger and better things. So it took me probably about 5 years to try to figure out what that would look like. And one thing that really helped me to figure out what I wanted to do and how I was going to be making a bigger impact was I picked my big, scary dream. So, how I found out about my big, scary dream, which is positively impacting education worldwide, was to take a look at what made me like wake up and go, gosh, I got to hurry up and get this down. What made me like get teary eyed when I talk about things like, so when I talk about education, I get very passionate about education. Currently writing a book that's called Creating Harmony in a Classroom. So Creating Harmony in a Classroom will help teachers, not only teachers, but also our students. I'm currently also working on a project that will help parents help their children to be successful. So then that way we could have the schools and the parents working together to help the child and support our children so that way they can grow up to be very impactful with their communities. I'm also co-authoring a book currently, and it is about self-care for teachers. So in order for us to have impactful communities and to be able to make a bigger difference, we have to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves and our own mental well-being first and foremost. To be making a new product that has not been done before. So it is going to be to help children on the autism spectrum, and it is social and emotional reframing, which is going to be changing a lot of people's lives. So make sure that when you are thinking about your big, scary dreams, look at it from a unique slant. What is missing in the market? Where can I fill in those gaps? And how can I impact the most people?
Did she just finished? I think that's all she had.
Okay, so she stayed under 5 minutes, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And of course, she's one of our creative sisters, so we definitely know her on a much personal level, much more personal level. Um, but the emotional and social impact, and I love that she doesn't just only speak about her passion and what drives her, but she also did speak to almost the business side of things a little bit, because she did say as well, understanding the market and what the need is there. Um, when you have those in alignment, it's a recipe for success. So, definitely there's a need for it, and her experience with uh, 30 years being an educator working with kindergarten children as well as children on the autistic scale, all lends to her being credible in doing something like this. Take out all of that, and Christine is just anybody that knows her on LinkedIn that is fortunate to have her engage with their content understands the person that they're dealing with. Christine is not the very nice post girl ever. She puts some serious meat and potatoes in there, and she's thinking hard about what you wrote.
Yeah.
So,
I think I want to give a little background for those who are watching Team Replay or live on our YouTube channel. But Christine is an educator for 30 years at K to 12. She's also taking care of her husband right now. Please pray for her family, for health, right? But at the same time, she's really my poster child sister when it comes to education, because she has a lot of adversity that's just come her way, but she is so strong about her mission to help both educators. She's like the triad. She's thinking of the triad, not in the gangster way, but an educator gangster way. So the foundation she sees is she's creating a book for the family. She's creating the book for the school, the teachers, but she's also creating, the book for students, right? She's there. She's doing it every day. So I call her my little gangster educator triad, where she looks at all aspects of education as a holistic way, and not just, I'm an educator, this is what I can do and I teach kids. She goes beyond that and create a foundational dichotomy for all of everyone who's involved in education from K to 12. And we are lucky enough to have her. And she's not only an educator, but she thinks a lot about what you're doing, which aligns with me, because I always think, in order for you to be a business, you need to actually have a problem you're trying to solve, and your business should be the solution to that problem. Otherwise, it's just a hobby, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, are you ready? Let's see. We're going to do. Well, you're just gonna be surprised. That's all I have to tell you. You're like, well, you're just gonna be surprised. I don't even know. Yeah, this one.
Everyone was a surprise. Just what you learn about people in these 5 minutes.
Hi, it's Paula here. I am here to tell you my story because it is important. I have come to the realization that, yes, also my story matters. Because most of my life, I did not believe my story matters. I didn't even believe that I had a story, that people who had stories were more meaningful than me. That's not true. I am here to tell you my story, or at least some snippets of it that has made me be the person I am now, who is serving other people to find their stories, define their stories, for leaders to become better leaders, for us to find our inner strength, to find our inner true guidance that we all have, that wisdom that we have within, through being a coach. Now, I have not always been a coach. Not at all. I did not believe in myself. I came from Finland and I danced all the way through my whole youth, all the way to adulthood, wanting to become a dancer. However, I did not look like a dancer. My ballet body was not the ballet body that was required to be dancing in a company. So I denied any kind of dancing career for myself, thinking I'm not good enough. I am not good enough. And so I went on to study, which, I loved actually. I went to study in the United States, which was way far away from me, coming from Finland. Well, I did that, and I went to study over in Hong Kong. I started working at a company that sent me over here to Switzerland, where I am now. And here I am. I have family. I have 2 children, although I am divorced. we have a really beautiful relationship. But all between those times, like becoming here and those times before here, there was a lot of hardship because I did not trust myself. I went through 7 years of depression being a young mother and trying to stay alive, basically. And I even tried to take my own life a couple of times. Now, still, there is some guilt and shame around saying those words that I did try to take my life. However, I'm working on it. I am a work in progress. I'm using everything and anything that I can from my past, from my dancing, from my professional career in corporate, something as a credit manager, as someone speaking on stage, dancing on stage, being a mother, having been a wife, and now being an ex-wife, and having gone through a depression that was very, very devastating. It could have been the end, but it's not. And now it is a source of power that I have today to serve other people as a coach, which is my purpose. My purpose on this planet is to serve others through the skills and the lessons that I have been able to gather along the way in my life. And I do this with a big why. My why is to create memories with my children that are of absolute abundance. And this is why I do what I do. I believe that through spreading joy and helping people find their inner wisdom, whether they're leaders or business owners or other mothers, whoever they are, I am here and I can do that. I can help other people. And I know that I have this gift and I use it so that eventually also every day I can create memories with my children of absolute abundance, regardless of where we are, regardless of what the circumstances are. This is what we are. And yes, that's basically it. There's so much in all of our stories, but I gave you just a little snippets or little bits and pieces of the major things that have influenced who I am right now. And I keep evolving. So in a little bit of time, my story will keep growing. My story will keep changing. And that's the beauty of this all. And I hope to hear your story too. And that my story helps someone in this world to become more joyful and to believe in themselves, like I have learned to believe in myself. Thank you so much for listening. And yes, see you soon.
What do you think?
I haven't known Paula that long, and she's one of those people that I just really connected with right off the bat. And she's just, there's something about her that I don't know what it is. I really don't. I could say that I feel love towards her, and I said I don't even know her that long. And I know that she would be in Finland, and her family's in the house, or she's always off to somewhere, and she always manages to make it to Nick Never in Control audio room, wherever she is, if she manages to be able to have reception, because she doesn't have any out there. And she sends me these delightful DMs, and it's so meaningful because I do it with other people too, and it just brightens your day. And I was able to jump on one of the shows that she was on live, and I forgot the lady that she was with, and I truly enjoyed it. But as soon as I jumped into room, she mentioned, oh my goodness, you're here, and it felt so good to know that she felt good, that she had my support. Is that if people don't realize, you show up for other people, and other people feel so good that you showed up for them. But I felt so good to know that she was happy that I showed up for her, just as she shows up for me. It's hard for me to attend because I work, so I can't always get to
I
But
don't know her either, but she seems like a very supportive community member that we have. And the support that she gives me in terms of like responses to the post and discussions, it's always so positive and it's always so grateful. And I didn't even know that, you know, it's very sad to hear her words saying she attempted to end her life several times, knowing that certain people like myself and others who are also in that same situation, that she find her strength and her superpower is to help others not go through that, and we all are trying to do that, and it's so beautiful. Like, I love her for showing up and, you know, showing us them and who they are and what they want to share about themselves. So I'm super grateful for this project. I get to know all these people that we would never know just by posting.
and I feel the same way because, you know, we've all gone through our stuff, and I attempted as well. And I love that each of us is finding our voice.
Yeah.
Yes, at different times. But what I especially love that she said, even though she is a life coach, she said it herself. She is a work in progress and she's evolving every day. And
Yeah.
she's not out there saying, you know what, I know it all, so come work with me.
For LinkedIn's 50 inspirational connections, I never thought I inspired anybody. I can tell you what inspires me. In 2013, I had a cancer scare. So I became so involved in looking at myself and what was happening to me, myself, and I. So I was on a journey of self-awareness and to bring light into what may have been blocking me and what I really wanted in my life, which was a lot more love and compassion and empathy. I'm still on that journey. The second thing that inspired me was bladder cancer awareness. I lost my partner recently to bladder cancer, and I am proud to say this. I reached out to the Bladder Cancer of Canada, or actually what it's called is Bladder Cancer Canada, and I am going to be using my marketing talent on developing their marketing programs and strategies and creativity. And that's as a volunteer position. And I always, always, always have said, pay it forward. There are people that are out there that need our help, and let's just help them. And the third thing that inspires me is way, way, way back when I was adopted out of a horrific environment. And I created a woman's story in honor of my late biological mother, who endured horrific abuse at the hands of, I'm not even going to mention his name. I brought that out this year or late last year, and I've interviewed 5 women. And these women have gone through horrific abuse. They're still going through either CPTSD or PTSD because of it, but they've taken what they have experienced and used it for the greater good. And they have come up with a life that is filled with women and health and children and being an advocate for all of that. And I stand in awe of those women. I really do. And I have learned so much from these women. So that's what inspires me. And I hope that their story is told and told and told and told and told until we're so sick of it. It just abuse at any hand, at anyone or any animal is stopped, and stopped immediately. So I don't know if that's been 3 minutes or not, but that's what inspires me. And again, I really thank you for the nomination. Love you.
Aww.
For the 50 inspirational connections. And that's all I have to say. I'm Marilyn Palmer, and I'm signing off. And thank you so very much. Bye-bye.
What a sweet woman.
She is. And I got to have a coffee chat with her, and I really don't have very many of them, I have to say, compared um, to the amount of coffee chats that I hear that people have. And I call her the woman in the sexy black hat, because like if you look at her profile picture, it's like, to me, very like,
It's like Michael Jackson kind of vibe, or Janet Jackson. Yeah, I love the hat.
and I love that she went through what she went through, right? And it inspired her to do more, be more. But what she also did is went out and seeked out 5 other women as well, and gave them a chance to be seen and heard. And it's so easy when you're in those situations to just disappear into them.
Yeah.
And it helps so much that somebody is there saying, no, 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 no.
Enough. I had enough.
We need to talk about this. Come on, let's talk about this. And most of all, I absolutely adore that she is using her skill set
To do marketing.
doing, okay, to help. Because that's really what it is. You have a skill set, people. It's not all about making money. It's not, okay? And you're going to have to pay it forward. You are fortunate to have opportunities. You need to help create opportunities for other people as well.
I've noticed that many, if not all, of our 50 inspirational nominees are here because of whatever adversity that they went through, and they all want to pay it forward. I have not seen one yet that says, I just want to be in 50 inspirational, and there's nothing that, they're here because of their experiences and they want to help. So like literally we're creating good vibration and like good juju for recognizing that all these people who showed up because they want to help. Isn't that amazing? I love it. I'm just in love with the whole I want to help business. This one is Hilda. Are you ready?
Hi everyone. So my name is Hilda Nyaga from Kenya. I'm a virtual assistant. My specialization is a general virtual assistant overlaying admin services and bookkeeping and expense tracking. My goal is to help startups, founders, and executives to be able to recreate their time while streamlining their operations and taking care of their time-consuming admin task. So, all I would love to do for my community is empowering women and the jobless youths in the society to work remotely. I understand that there are very many stay-at-home moms who are educated and jobless. And also, there are many young graduates out there who are jobless. And that's where I come in, empowering them with skills to work remotely, guiding them on the best site they can get certifications, and being there for them through training and mentoring them. That way they may have a stable income and rebuild their lives.
Oh my God. I love it. What are your thoughts?
Oh, well, that was really short and very to the point. And, she didn't decide to just be a virtual assistant again and go on about her business. She's actually thinking, like you say, like everybody that has come on to the 50 Inspirational, it's not just that they were inspired by their own stories to do better, but they continue to want to inspire others and level up others. Because it's true. Thank God, the more we move ahead in the years, the more we realize that, moms, especially in today's society, I mean, it's almost impossible to have a one income household. Men and women, mother and father, both need to work. So the fact that there can be remote work cuts down the travel time, and allows for more time with the family. So I love that she's trying to encourage women to build a skill set so they can work remotely.
Yeah, and I love that she's also empowering the youth. She literally said that to help them find a job and hopefully build a skill so they can rebuild or build their own set of income. Especially where she comes from. You know, I hear it from Ulu. He's been missing a lot. I've been trying to help him out as well because it's really hard for them to have internet, right? It costs so much money to buy gasoline, to power up their house, to power up their computer, and it's hard for them to even get paid for their projects. So, you know, we're so fortunate and we take advantage of our first world, you know, amenities that in a real world on the other side of our brothers and sisters, they're struggling just to even get paid for projects that they did. So I love her ability to say, hey, this is what I do, but beyond this of what I do as a virtual assistant, I am really wanting to empower the youth because she probably sees them who will graduate but no job. So I love that. We're gonna do we have 2 more left. You know what? I'm gonna do Mike.
Awesome. I'm like just totally being surprised because, like, you know.
No, but here's the thing. Mike literally said, CJ, you and Nicole can cut it. I think I'm over like 5 minutes, and I'm definitely over. Oh yeah, he was like 7 minutes. So we'll see what he says.
Yeah, the other 2 people were like, you know, not
I
as
mean,
high.
Yeah, let's see.
Even
Look,
that.
7 minutes and 30 seconds. He's like, cut it. I'm like, I ain't cutting nothing. So
Hey CJ, hey Nicole. Hope you ladies are doing well. You know, I'm comfortable, mostly comfortable on a live stream, but this is kind of different. I don't like to talk to myself. But hey, this is for a great cause. So I want to, first of all, thank you ladies for just being good friends, good people. I know that we and myself and the people in the Hounds, I know that we're doing the right things because we're attracting folks like you guys. So, you know, I appreciate this opportunity. I really don't have that much to say, if you believe that. Just wanted to say that, you know, what the story of how I inspire others can be summarized real simple. It's because I have, like we all have a story, but I have went through a lot of things and still going through several things. Most of them are self-limiting beliefs, lack of confidence, just a healthy understanding. I mean, many things I think most people understood, you know, where I stayed in a dead-end job after getting 2 college degrees, filed bankruptcy because of the home that I bought when I was 27, had foundation issues. And the company that was supposed to fix it was a scam company. But then, you know, how just things happen, things that are hardly explainable. That doesn't make sense. People come into your life. The journey can be long and hard. But really, it's just a combination of massive ups and massive downs. And now, you know, hitting around early 40s, I feel much better. And I don't feel better because life's gotten easier. I just don't expect it to be easier. And so, long story short, the only reason that I would hope that I inspire others is because I intend to use my story and all the things that I've screwed up and figured out to help someone else not spend months, years, decades being stuck and being unhappy. So I recognize that that's why the live stream for the Hounds, that's why the Hounds community exists, and that's why it thrives. Because we do have a deep need for inclusion and relationship building and pushing each other up. And we want to do business with people who feel the same, who are like-minded in that. And that has been a huge, I mean, it's been over a year for me and accidentally putting together the Hounds. But that has been a launching board or soundboard or whatever the word is, to help people do better, to feel better, to not feel like they have to get it all together or be a certain way, that they can fit into a community of people, professionals, and they're okay not to know what to do, or they're okay having the courage to look goofy at times, right? And they don't have to be a certain way or arrive to a certain fictitious point to be around other successful people. We all put our pants on the same way. We all look eye level. And it's little things throughout the day. You know, in my business, I had 2 I felt rejected, and two people that are pretty much broke told me no, that they didn't want to work with me, and it was kind of a rude way, an introduction to a friend. And then someone who makes $1 million said, "Oh, absolutely, I want to work with you." So that's the message I intend to bring. That's what I try to strive to do in the Hounds and the live stream and pretty much everything I do. My financial business, my LinkedIn growth, and kind of business and sales coaching. That's what it is. If I can do it, if other folks can do it, you can do it. Start with baby steps, start with courage. Don't get confidence till you start with courage. And that's been my life. And so at 42, I've turned a new direction. It feels like every time I get on a pace that on the right track, it gets derailed. But I'm starting to learn that you can't control the waves, but you sure as hell can learn to surf. And that's what this is about. We'll figure things out together, whether it be the algorithm or personal problems, business issues. Honestly, I don't have a clue in the last couple of months, but here's what I do know. Everything that I knew brought us to where we're at, brought me to where we're at with the Hounds and all these things that we have going on in business. And now I have to rely on everybody who I've helped for the last year plus because they know way more than me. And I think that is insane. I couldn't do what I do without Sia, Raquel, you, CJ, Nicole, Jody. The list goes on Tracy Lamb, Dina, people who just go to bat, send me folks, golly. That's what this is about. We can do much more. And as we talked about, last comment, most inspiring thing that I want people to know is people ask me and say, well, what's your weaknesses? I don't really know. Not until they show up, and then I outsource them. That's why I don't care and don't know what my weaknesses are, because I have folks like you who have 50 degrees and all this knowledge and expertise willing to help. So hopefully that made some sense, but I just want people at this point, I want to grow our network. My goal is to grow our network that's focused on relationships and pushing other people up as we do business, increase our net worth. That's it. I want to every person in this country, working class, not just wealthy. I don't just help wealthy people, but I do the same thing wealthy people afford to do for the rest of us. So I want to see people be free in their minds, but free financially, just free in all regards. And that's why I do what I do. I built a network to help me find people that would know, like, and trust me, who would, on their terms, say, hey, you know what? I know this guy. I need some financial help. I'm going to give him a shot. Or, you know what? He's helped me already grow on LinkedIn. I'm going to give him a shot. I'm going to hire this guy. And that's the kind of legacy I want to expand on. I want to get more people, grow my business, get more people to do that, and encourage others to do whatever it is you do. All right. So just decide for yourself. Don't let other people, don't let your parents, don't let your, as I did, society, don't let anybody tell you when and how you could do something. You can do it your daggum self. People like Ben Franklin didn't sign the Declaration or bring that up until 65 or 60 years old. Right. So we need to just drop all the nonsense, drop the stigma, and start living life on our terms because we decided to. So if you work a job, be working that job because you want to work that job because it brings you happy. All right. If you don't want to do it, stop letting fear and other people attitudes and your negative tapes. Stop letting that get to you. All right. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm here for. Concrete advice, but just encouragement to don't feel like you got to be somebody before you get started. So, ladies, I told you I'd be fast. It's not fast, but hopefully it was meaningful. Because that's everything that I do is I want to pour intention and meaning into everything I do because it's quality, and then we'll get to quality. I want to change one life at a time, but then hundreds at a time. So today is the day. Appreciate you, ladies. You all are fantastic. Thanks for all you do.
I'm afraid to unmute because my puppy's by the door, just so you know. So if he starts howling, I'm going to mute myself back.
That's okay. We have one more video, but I just want to make a comment that Mike totally did not follow the rules. Okay, just
not so, Mike, and that's what I love about him. First of all, Mike is very lovable. He has this thing when he starts talking, that you can't help but be engrossed in what he's saying. I love his his dagum, his you can't control the waves, but you can learn to surf them. He just has
little sayings.
He's these little sayings that just you're like, and they just roll out of him, like,
Yeah.
and you're like, did he just think about that? Really? Did he really just think about that? Because that's how it sounds.
Yeah.
It's very, very relatable. And of course, I
It's
joined hounds at the beginning
Hounds,
of February.
yeah.
And so much has happened for me since then, so much. And I do feel his genuine want to help people, right? He wants to see people succeed. And if he feels he had a part to play in that, then he's happy.
Yeah. And he's so
um,
sincere, like literally sincere of helping other people create, he works his butt off creating his group, and we're part of the hounds, right? We love the hounds, and we love the people in it, and we're growing. So if you're curious, definitely hit up Mike or ask us if what we're doing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Reach out to us, reach out to Raquel, reach out to Sia.
Yeah.
In fact, reach out to any hound, because there's hounds joining every single day.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're curious, like, what is it all about? Is it just like a pod? Sia will have an allergic reaction on you if you say the word pod. She'll be like,
So not a pod. This is so support.
Yeah.
In many, many, many ways. Okay. This is beyond
It's
LinkedIn.
friendship to the next level. We actually talk on the phone beyond LinkedIn. We don't just like stay here or whatever, So
Yeah,
that
and it's
what we
not
do.
all business, because you know what? We're people before professionals, and we get that.
Yeah. And we love helping each other, and we're all doing business with each other because we trust each other, because we know each other. And that's one thing I love about, our group and stuff. So let's go ahead and do Richard. He's our last one.
Hello, my name is Richard Lowe, and I am a ghostwriter. I became a ghostwriter because I'm passionate about writing and helping people. And believe it or not, the two go together perfectly. Why? Well, because writing, as a ghostwriter, what I do is I help people. And I help them tell their stories. Stories is important because everybody has a story. It's a story of their life, for example. How they got to where they're going. Of an executive. How did he become an executive? Trials and tribulations did he go through? What kind of failures did he have? What kind of, how did that woman become CEO? What did she go through? How did that happen? All these things are stories. Or a celebrity. How did a celebrity get to be a celebrity? And what happened and what got in the way? These are all wonderful things. Even ordinary people who think they don't have stories, they all have stories. They've all gone through things. They've all experienced joy and love and hate and all the emotions in between. They've had failures and successes. I know that from my own life. So my first ghostwriting project was when I was 17 years old. That was a long time ago. And everybody in the family said my grandfather was a curmudgeon-y, cranky old man. And I wanted to get to know him in spite of what the family said. So all I knew about him was he was a good cook and he was in World War II. So I decided that I was going to interview him and read through his journals and write a book. And after a few interviews and going through his journals, I ghost wrote his book about his experiences in World War II. He was captured on Corregidor by the Japanese. He was in the Bataan Death March. He was a POW in a Japanese World War II camp for 4 years. And you know what? If I'd been through what he'd been through, I'd be cranky and curmudgeon-y and pretty prickly also. And I got to understand him. And that's one of the important things about writing and about stories is it helps people understand each other. That's what I want to do. That's what I love to do is help people understand each other. But I got to tell you a little bit more about my journey. My wife passed away 17 years ago now. We were deeply in love, and we were married for 12 years, and she was sick for 8 of those years. So she finally passed away. I felt incredible grief. I mean, just horrible, horrible grief. And I was also terribly introverted, both from before that and that whole experience really introverted of having to care for her and stuff. So I decided I wanted to get over that. So what I did is I took up photography. I started to photograph national parks and things like that. I managed to photograph all the national parks in the Southwest US. And then I ran into Renaissance fairs. I ran into the fair people. They are just wonderful people to hang around. They're kind of like circus people. They're like a tight family, and I became part of the family, sort of. And I wound up photographing 300 different Renaissance fairs. planes all over the US having a great time. But more importantly, I ran into belly dancers. Belly dancers in Renaissance fairs, if you've ever seen them, they're all conservatively dressed. They have the long outfits, flowing things, the color and all that. And it kind of what I needed. It's kind of the motion and things kind of relaxed me. So I'd sit in the back with my telephoto lens taking pictures. And one day this lady, her name Marjani, was still close friends, came up to me, but I didn't know her at the time. And she scared the heck out of me because she was all in, piercings and tattoos and things like that. And she came up, put her arms around me and said, "We really love you, Richard. We love you putting your pictures on the internet. We love what you do for us, but you need to come sit up closer." Because, when photographers sit in the back with telephoto lens, we kind of think they're a little off. So she brought me up front, and from then on, I was the go-to person for photographing belly dance shows. And I wound up photographing about 1,200 of them by the time I was finished. Every year we had a big party, about 100 belly dancers would attend, and they'd come and they'd basically all dance for me, and some of the Renaissance fair people would come. And it was great. It was great. But then one day, I wasn't introverted anymore. And I wasn't, not super introverted anyway. And I was over the grief. So, there you go. So, that was the end of that. And I'd like to finish up by saying that this is my passion. Ghostwriting is my passion. And I love to ghostwrite. I love to tell people stories. I love just being a part of people's lives, and I love helping them get their story out. That's why I'm a ghostwriter, and that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. Help people tell their stories that need to be told. And that's all I've got to say. Thank you for listening.
I identify so much because that's where I started with ghostwriting, and now it's become so much more. And it's stories, it's storytelling, and it's getting to know people. I love that he got to know his grandfather through the storytelling and came right back around and said he completely understand why he was the way that he was.
Yeah.
And that says so much, because you meet somebody for 5 minutes and you dare to judge who that person is in 5 minutes. Oh my God, that person has lived their entire life. You could spend the rest of your life talking to them about their life. You still wouldn't know all about their life or anybody else's yours.
Yeah.
It's very humorous as well. I love his anecdotal. It is like when he talks about his journey with the belly dancers, it reminds me of Forrest Gump. I don't know why.
Oh, I know. Run, Forrest, run! Like, I could feel him running.
I just feel him like he decided, I'm just going to start running. And I'm going to run and run and run and run. And then one day he said, you know what? I'm done running.
Yeah, I'm just ghostwriting now. Bye.
He felt the need to do what he did with his photography, and he did it. And he did it for as long as it fulfilled him. And then he was like, okay, so this part of my journey is over. And, I'm moving on to the next part of the journey. And I just love that his wife would have wanted him to do exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Which is to not give up on himself and not give up on life and their
I
love.
can tell that he was really in grief, and he's like, we were in love. And then he was just like shaking, like he's trying to control his emotions. And I thought that was like, I was looking at his nuances. I'm like, oh my God, what a sweet story. And he reminds me of Tim when Tim says he's an introvert, and I started laughing because he likes to talk about his story. Same thing with him. And I think there are definitely introvert, extrovert, meaning like they're mostly introverted people, but they can be extroverted when they need to be and get into that motion. But I love this project. We will see you guys next week again, Friday. This will come out this Friday, and we can't wait to highlight all the 6 members, right?
Absolutely. This project is truly, truly amazing.
And I love you. Thank you so much for partnering with the crazy CJ over here with the run.
This is what happens, people, when 2 people believe and 2 people put their heads together and 2 people genuinely share the vision.
Yeah. Keep leveling up, everybody. Bye, everybody.